Welcome everyone to the NJPW Academy All-Star Showcase. I'm Mark Warzeka. This is Jordan Castle. As usual, we are your announce team and happy to be your...
Oh, baby.
Okay, well, we have hysterical Shane Haste of
Did
TMDK.
somebody say special guest announcer?
Well, we were going to
I
introduce you.
did.
Oh boy.
You didn't know I was coming. Stop breaking my thing, man. This is a surprise for everyone. This is the best thing that's going to happen today until we get to the action. Tell them about it.
Well, welcome Shane Haste to the commentary booth. We got 7 all-star matchups, including graduates of every NJPW Academy class. And with that, Mark Warzeka, hysterical Shane Haste.
Full class.
I'd say it's about that time.
That's right. It's time to go to work. Let's get to ringside.
Oh, yeah. Mwah.
Oh.
Today's opening match is the beginners class gauntlet match with a 15-minute time limit. Heroes. One wrestler from the beginners class team will start the match. If the DKC scores a fall, the next wrestler will enter the match. If a wrestler scores a fall on the DKC, the match will end. The DKC must defeat all members of the beginners class team to win the match.
In 7 Academy showcases, we've never had a match quite like this. We've also never had a commentator quite like this. Welcome, Shane Haste.
Oh, g'day, mate. Look at these young, strapping, fire short boys.
5 feet 10 inches, 205 pounds, Liam O'Hara. 5 feet 7 inches, 202 pounds, Angus Legstrong.
Whole body looks pretty strong, if you ask me.
5 feet 10 inches, 180 pounds, Joseph Dashu.
Students in the beginners class take on their teacher, the ultimate final exam, here in our opening match on the All-Star Academy Showcase.
Yeah, baby, here we go. We're getting smooth with it.
The beginners class coach is in the house. It's the DKC. 1 man versus 3.
3 at once or 1 at a time? 1 at a time.
It's going to be 1 at a time gauntlet match, Shane.
Someone probably explained that right a second ago, right, didn't they?
Jordan Castle explained it, yes, just a moment ago.
I have trouble hearing him.
As the DKC hits the ring.
Red corner, the Turtle, the DKC. Referee, Chad Rico.
Bell rings, and the 7th NJPW Academy Showcase, and the first All-Star Showcase, featuring talent in 7 matches from all 7 graduating classes, is underway.
Hey, Shane Case, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
The DKC getting things kicked off against Liam O'Hara. Such an opportunity for Liam O'Hara. His first ever professional matchup. His first ever time competing in a professional wrestling ring in front of a live crowd in the man's entire life.
That's a good crowd here we got. It's a good turnout today at the Academy, at the dojo. Lovely weather. Thought it'd be a lot hotter in here, but that's just the action starting off, isn't it?
Keeping it hot and heavy. And for Liam O'Hara, Mark, this is his 2nd time taking the beginner's course. Wanted to make sure he was absolutely ready. Wanted to make sure he was at his absolute best before he took that next step, as we're seeing here.
And it's such a bizarre dynamic, a unique dynamic in that you got to wrestle against your coach, your teacher, the person who has been training you.
And Shane, when you're in this type of gauntlet match as the DKC is, do you try to keep your offense on reserve? Do you try to maybe go a little lighter? Oh, hold on, cross arm breaker applied here.
And he's done it. No, I guess not. He knows. I don't know here. So I trained with him his first time, and he trained from scratch. He had no prior experience in any pro wrestling. So
Well,
here is a man with prior experience. I've seen Angus Legstrong against Hex in our opening contest back at Academy Showcase 2, Mark.
That's right, and Jordan, he took a little bit of time away from the sport, coming back, wants to prove himself, took the beginner's class over again.
Again, that's a theme we see here with really all three of these men. So seasoned, shoulders down in so many ways. Now the DKC shoulders down, rolling around the ring here. And they all three, they won't settle for any less than their best, right? They won't go in there just to go in there. They understand the importance and the magnitude of this opportunity and want to be the best version of themselves when they capitalize on it.
It's so easy to think about this as a test for these three members of the beginner's class, but what about the test for DKC? He's got to defeat 3 wrestlers in a row here, Shane.
3 very inexperienced wrestlers, to be fair. He's been in the ring in Japan. He's had multiple matches in weeks, and like he is a man of stamina, man. I've seen this guy perform in the ring, outside of the ring, out all night, at the clubs. He's dancing all night.
Oh, shoulders down.
Next day, back in the ring.
DKC all about that yin-yang, all about that balance. Garners inspiration from the eternal Bruce Lee in so many ways, and since adopting that moniker has really stepped his game up in a big way, Mark.
DKC was trained by Katsuyori Shibata right here in the L, when this was known as the LA graduate of that system.
Victories in New Japan Strong over the likes of Bateman, Fujita, Kevin Knight, just to name a few. But speaking of Angus Legstrong, he seems to have weakened the legs of the DKC here, Shane.
And is he on a time limit? Is that what it was?
Indeed, indeed it is.
He's got a time limit. So Angus has got a slower pace, definitely has a slower pace, but he might need to speed up now that he's found a weakness.
15-minute time limit for this entire gauntlet. So you're Angus Legstrong or Joseph Dashu. Perhaps you think, hey, maybe I can't pin or submit the DKC, but I can at least take him to the end of that time limit, make him sweat it out.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, Liam kind of didn't last that long, so Angus has some time to play with. He does have some time to play with.
And you can see Mark playing with that time here, not necessarily rushing into things against Coach the DKC.
I think if you're Angus or any one of these beginner students, you're hoping that DKC might make a mistake. I don't know that I'd count on that, but you're looking for it.
Yeah, 100%. That's maybe what Liam went wrong with. He didn't take his time too well.
Angus Legstrong, of course, a member of 2 conference championships at Pitt, one of the top D1 wrestling programs in the country, and none of that matters when you're caught in the clutches of the DKC.
Front.
Referee Chad Rico right in there.
DK putting himself on his side, making those shoulders aren't down.
See Angus with a strong, strong base here, looking to use that power and size to escape, and indeed he does. See some really fundamental wrestling between these two. It's such a big part of what NJPW Academy teaches to begin with, but especially as part of the beginner's course. It's not about flash, it's not about sizzle, it is all substance, especially for these 3, Shane.
It's definitely foundation. They work from the ground up, so that's why you're going to see a lot of these the graduates have a good, really strong ground game.
Now it is TKC grounded, courtesy of Angus Legstrong. There has to be a bit of an ego play here for the DKC, right? You're getting muscled over and dominated by one of your students, by one of your proteges, effectively.
I think it's sort of an odd place to be mentally if you're DKC. On one hand, you want your students that you've been training to excel. On the other hand, you don't want to lose to them.
And this is an opportunity to show that you can move up in the academy system.
They want to earn a spot in the next showcase. They want to make it to that advanced course as Angus Legstrong looks to make it towards that rope and force the break, but DKC not giving it to him, Shane.
Makes it though.
Finally able to come over, but DKC was well aware of where he was in the ring and was able to pull Angus away at first from those ropes.
And we have to wonder how much Angus has learned, how much he's grown since his time back at Academy Showcase to a very familiar situation in that opening contest. Very fundamental, very simple. And if you remember, Mark, it ended in a time limit draw.
That's right, it did. He's holding his own in there so far. As they back up again.
Shane, if you're Angus Legstrong, what's the strategy here? Do you rely on the power? Do you try to go DKC in?
Oh, definitely use the body weight that you've got.
Right now, just slugging it out here with the DKC.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if with DKC's own martial arts.
Yeah.
Down a little bit. No.
Stay on him, get that body on him, get that body. There you go.
Well, gator roll perhaps. No.
There you go, keep that body weight, keep your body on him.
Not only that, trying to keep the DKC grounded. Some of that Division I acumen put to good use here, but it's only a 2.
Are there any moves that you know that your coach doesn't know you know?
Yeah, very true, very true.
Well, especially in this type of environment where you can tap into that amateur styling much more than you might be able to usually. Cutting it in.
There we go. Slam
Huge
first.
power slam. Cover. No. Angus now off the ropes.
Oh, very nice.
Side Russian leg sweep from the DKC. Shoulders down.
No, very clever pinning combination there.
There's another.
This one's going to be a good one. This has got to be crap. Nope.
I think DKC smells blood.
I think Angus was trying to reverse that pinning predicament, trying to get DKC's shoulders down on the canvas, and Shane, it may have cost him.
That is a stretch up.
Angus, no
Completely
choice.
tied up. But look at DKC down now, and then look at the body on the guy coming in now.
Heck of a showing by Angus Legstrong. One man remains.
There we go, but that is the thing too. I'm sure Joseph probably wanted it. All the boys probably wanted to be in there first. They probably wanted to beat DKC at his best. But now he's got his best. He's got the best chance of beating DKC.
Dashu has 13 years amateur experience. This is his first pro match.
Absolutely. A student of Josh Barnett and former New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champion Royce Isaacs.
Joseph, he's going to be dangerous there.
He sure is. A true crippler is Joseph Dashu. Was telling me earlier on tonight, I asked him, are you nervous? Are there anxiety and nerves heading into this match? And he said, not really. I know how to do this. I know what needs to be done in there. And clearly, with the DKC grounded, he does.
Yeah.
And he's coming in fresh. He's coming in fresh while DKC has faced 2 opponents already.
DKC, though, not to be outdone, takes this down to the canvas here, maybe trying to cut off some of the height that Joseph brings to the ring. Breaking up the count, breaking up the pin here, excuse me.
The submission.
There it is. We got there. Third time's the charm, Shane.
Yeah. DKK getting some moments to collect his breath. He's smart, working smarter, not harder.
And that's what you need to do at this juncture, always, but especially after outlasting not 1, but 2 of your beginner students. Dashu here, no doubt has to rely on that height. DKC very, very wisely cutting off that vertical base, taking him down to the canvas and stretching him something awful here, Mark.
Yeah, he'll keep him here if he can, I'm sure.
Hold on. Well, he could not. Much easier said than done
There
against
we
the
go, got
wily Joseph Dashu, but only a 2.
I thought he had him there.
That was close.
DKC here getting winded. You see the sweat starting to trickle, the breath starting to get longer. They may have been short exhibitions against Angus Legstrong and Liam O'Hara, but I mean, he was grounding and pounding there, Mark Warzeka.
And he was having to move Angus's body weight around a lot too. Got slammed a couple times.
10 minutes have elapsed. 10 minutes.
Now slammed down.
10 minutes passed, so he's been going for 10 minutes of grappling.
And again, for Joseph Dashu, all he has to do to not be defeated by the DKC here is last 5 minutes. Of course, he wants that pinfall. He wants that submission, but it doesn't have to lose this match if he can last at this juncture, Mark, less than 5 minutes.
Right? Just hang in there.
It's going to be a long time, though.
Yeah, 5 minutes against the DKC.
Trading hammerlocks back and forth here.
We're seeing a bit of striking there. We haven't seen striking too much from DKC. A couple of slaps here and there, but not striking. He's holding back on that. See, there, he just held back on that elbow.
Manages to escape the clutches of Dashu. We may not have seen it thus far, Shane, but we know DKC has it in spades. How about that DK fire, those signature flurries of shots?
He's been holding back, but I think he's gonna have to swing some feet, swing some chops.
Dashu got off the mat with that one. I'm worried about DKC's arm. He was favoring it a moment ago. He was shaking it out a little bit.
His face is getting shaken out, courtesy of Joseph Dashu here.
Oh,
Nice Urikan there. Maybe suckered him in there, Shane.
sure. I think you just kind of going with the flow. That's one thing you learn in Japan, is to take the beatings and go with it, and how to capitalize on your own momentum.
Rolling with the punches, turning lemons into lemonade, and he's going to go sugar after that big suplex cover.
That could be. You see the wind knocked out of him on that one. Very close, very close.
You see Dashu starting to get a little angry, starting to get a little frustrated here. He has to keep his composure. It's his first professional match.
That's right, gotta keep your cool in
There
this
we go,
situation.
some kicks.
You spoke to it, Shane, but it doesn't matter. Standing switches back and forth here. Rolls him up.
Oh, what? Beautiful.
Trading pinfalls fast and furious. Again, just a few minutes remain for the DKC and Joseph Dashu.
Oh, big throw.
Amateur style takedown, back to that same cross arm breaker that tapped out Liam O'Hara perhaps.
Works for him the first time.
Now fingers interlaced of Joseph Dashu. That is so smart. Such cerebral wrestling there, stopping that pressure from being applied, Shane.
Yeah, he's holding on for dear life here.
No.
DKC control the legs here.
Smart, that's smart. That's knowing what to do, to switch your game plan up, to be able to switch it around.
Dashu was crawling like a bat out of hell, tried to grab onto that foot, and now
There we go.
DKC
Like a pretzel.
very wisely twisted him here. We're going for a ride, Mark.
Oh, there we go. Big, beautiful.
Here is your winner, the DKC.
You don't expect in a situation like this the student to beat the teacher, but these students, all three of them, deserve credit for the effort that they put in here and the showing they had against their much more experienced instructor in the DKC.
Take absolutely nothing away from Liam O'Hara, Angus Legstrong, and Joseph Dashu. Shane, something tells me it is not the last we have seen of these gentlemen in the New Japan Academy system, but today, the DKC proving why he is indeed eternal.
This is our first of 7 big matches on this All-Star Showcase today, guys.
Of course, looking forward to that big 6-man tag main event. Graduates from several classes, but up next, it's time for singles action.
Second match. Singles match. One fall with a 20-minute time limit.
And we're not done, Shane, with the teacher versus student scenarios here tonight. We got another one here in this next matchup.
Allan Breeze.
That's right.
Blowing in like the breeze.
He's been on an emotional roller coaster as of late. We're going to get into that, but so good to see Allan Breeze back in the dojo.
Full head of hair.
Corner, 5 feet 9 inches, 205 pounds, Allan Breeze.
Last time we saw Allan Breeze in this ring, he was holding in his hands the Academy Cup.
Yeah, this itself could be a main event anywhere. On any New Japan show.
Absolutely.
Case show.
It is time to go work. Here comes our head coach.
He looks great.
Looks like $1 million. Fred Rosser is always ready to go. Mr. No Days Off.
Definitely looks like millions of dollars.
Six foot 1 inch, 238 pounds, Mr. No Days Off, Fred Rosser.
There's been a heck of a lot going on between these two men emotionally. Not between them, but in their individual stories and journeys that lead them to this moment, to this confrontation here today. Allan Breeze coming off of winning the Academy Cup at our last showcase, but then he lost the Strong Survivor match at Resurgence.
Referee, Justin Borden.
Fred Rosser put away Matt Vandergriff at Resurgence. Our sort of rogue student from this academy who had been a thorn in Rosser's side, and both these men have been emotionally distressed the last few months.
And I think, Mark, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Again, much like at Resurgence in the Toyota Arena, Ontario, California, Fred Rosser steps in the ring with one of his star pupils here in NJPW Academy. But unlike Matt Vandergriff, Allan Breeze is not defiant. He flies high the flag of this brand, flies high the flag of this training. And so for Fred Rosser, it's tough love. He's trying to effectively, Shane, bring Allan Breeze out of this mental hole.
That's it, and it shows you the difference between Allan and Matt, how people take that nurturing. Some people can embrace it, and some people can get mad at it. I think either way, Fred makes people better.
Absolutely.
Fred has so much respect for Allan Breeze. Has referred to him as sort of a quarterback of the dojo, of the academy system here, which is a high compliment coming from the head coach.
Says it's him and Zane J, and we know what Zane J's up to these days, competing actively on tour with New Japan Pro Wrestling in the land of the rising sun. Allan Breeze wants that for himself, and moreover, gentlemen, Fred Rosser wants that for Allan Breeze.
Well, we've seen at the Academy, I mean, you guys haven't seen, you're not here, but in Zane J's absence, Allan Breeze has stepped up. Allan Breeze, Viva Van have definitely stepped up as the quarterbacks of the dojo.
Right now, that quarterback taking his coach off his feet. Head scissors from Fred Rosser. Really here in the feeling out process thus far, Shane.
A very aggressive feeling out process.
It's one thing.
Challenging each other.
Right, as Fred Rosser himself told me earlier on today, he's a very cerebral coach. Cover off the chop. Not even a one, but it's one thing to talk about how to perform certain moves. Backslide here from Breeze. It's one thing to discuss the ins and outs. To be in there when that red light is on is a completely different story. As Fred himself said, he is a red light guy, excuse me, and he wants to see that from Allan Breeze.
Oh, Breeze took him outside.
There's a little red light there. Allan Breeze, face full of apron, and Fred Rosser there to meet him.
Fred Rosser's been very clear in the past when facing his students. He does not go easy on them. He is relentless. He sees it as his responsibility to train them, to prepare them for what's out there.
Exposing their knee, holding nothing back.
It's also a matter of respect there, but it might have cost him there, Shane.
He said a matter of respect. If he doesn't go hard on them, then that's showing that he doesn't respect them. It's the fact that he's going gritty, hard, doing whatever, shows his respect for them.
Yeah, that's such a great point, Shane. And Fred had said coming into this match, Coach is gonna love putting pressure on Allan Breeze.
As Fred removed that knee pad, trying to get bone-on-bone contact for the knee drop, exposed himself, let the opening, and as Breeze rolled out of dodge, perhaps cost himself there, gentlemen.
Jordan, you mentioned Resurgence was in Ontario. That's Allan Breeze's hometown. He lost the Strong Survivor match in front of his parents, in front of his family, in front of his friends. He is still feeling that.
Yet lost the Strong Survivor match for the second time, just a few months removed from losing that very same opportunity against Matt Vandergriff. Couldn't get the job done not once, but twice. It's no wonder the confidence of Allan Breeze is shaken. Whoopee cushion here from Fred Rosser. Cover.
I think we've seen Breeze in some pretty big matches here at the showcase, but it's usually very 50-50 or Breeze is the one in control. It's very rare, I think it's rare that we've seen Breeze get absolutely manhandled like this. This is going to be a real test of character.
Previously seen Allan Breeze defeating Wicked, the main event of Academy Showcase 4.
Amazing match.
Teamed with CJ Tino in a losing effort to the Krusty Crew at Academy Showcase 3, and of course picked up that Academy Cup just a few months ago. But Mark, things are they're not looking good for him here.
He went from the highest high to the lowest low, that Academy Cup to the Strong Survivor defeat. But Allan Breeze always finds a way to grit through and get back up, and we're seeing that literally in real time here.
You know, could have taken advantage of the 20 count, could have stayed on the outside to recuperate, Shane. Instead rolled right back into the ring and right back into the waiting clutches of Coach Fred Rosser.
Pretty dumb idea, really.
well, perhaps it shows that he respects Fred the same way that Fred hopes to respect him, right? He wants to go right into the fight. He doesn't want to goad Fred in, doesn't want to march around the ring.
You know what? Respect don't always win your matches. And Allan needs to win this.
You feel like this is a must-win situation for Allan Breeze, a sink or swim cover.
It's not a sink because he's already sunk pretty low, you know what I mean? So the only way is up, but you got to get up to get up.
It's a swim or don't situation, perhaps. A swim or stay, dare I say.
Yeah, swim or get real good at holding your breath, kid.
After that loss.
Shoulders down. A small package there, Mark. I want to point to that really, really quickly. Allan Breeze trying to steal the matchup from Fred Rosser, trying to get a quick, evasive cover there.
I think that's smart to try to surprise your coach.
That's not stealing, it's out wrestling. If you can beat someone with a small package, that's out wrestling them. You should be expecting things like that. Fred should be expecting everything.
Indeed, Fred did expect that. Able to kick out, able to regain the upper hand, and mouthing off to the people. I gotta say, gentlemen, this is a much more aggressive version of Fred Rosser than we've seen in the past. Certainly here in the Academy. Yes, he has great respect for his students, but he seems as determined as ever. In a way, even more determined than he was against Matt Vandegrift.
I think it's what you said earlier, Jordan. He respects Allan Breeze, and he wants to wake him up. He wants to get him out of the funk that Breeze has been in. He wants to, and he's waking him up right now.
He's got to watch out, though, because Breeze is good, man. Breeze is a grappler as well, so if you wake him up too much, you better be expecting, be prepared for the monster that he awakens.
What do you think makes Allan Breeze so special? You spoke about how he's picked up the slack in Zane Jay's absence alongside Viva Van as a real quarterback to the advanced and beginners classes. What is it that about Allan Breeze that has earned him that distinction?
He can absorb information, and if he asks questions, he always is trying to ask and figure things out, something new, where some people can be complacent and just go along with the lessons. Allan digs deeper. He has more to ask. Like, I'll teach something and he'll ask me why. He's always asking why. You tell him why and he absorbs it. He's a sponge.
Perhaps right now looking to absorb more punishment.
And that's the thing. Bang! He's absorbing the information of this match.
You can see Mark strikes fast and furious to the midsection of Coach Fred Rosser, just smothering him here, not giving Rosser any room to breathe.
Yeah, he's really unloading on him now. But Rosser is always going to hit back.
If Rosser wasn't determined before, trying to wake Allan Breeze up, trying to give him some tough love, he certainly is now after these shots.
And referee Justin Borden's got to pull Breeze out of there.
Oh!
Second, he's pulled away, back in with another shot, but caught by Fred Rosser reversing, and now it's Allan Breeze caught in the corner here, Shane.
Oh, he's working maybe the monster in Fred Rosser. We've seen Rosser do through some street fights and brawls in the past in New Japan.
Absolutely, his wars alongside makeshift tag team partner Tom Lawler against the West Coast Wrecking Crew. He knows how to get crazy.
Yeah.
He knows how to get hardcore. But no weapons necessary here. It's no plunder. It's all business for the coach. Hip attack there from Fred Rosser.
Giving the people what they want.
You gotta. Allan Breeze in a really bad part of town right now, Mark. This is not where you want to be, especially against Coach Fred Rosser.
I have faith in his ability to get out of this situation, though I can't fathom how he's going to do it yet.
It's the unstoppable engine of Coach Fred Rosser, and Allan Breeze perhaps took advantage of that momentum, and now big knee wash.
What a burst of energy from Allan Breeze!
From pillar to post, the quarterback Allan Breeze stopping a mud hole in the coach.
I'm glad we have senior referee Justin Borden here. Other referees might have called this match because these boys keep just backing each other into corners and beating the heck out of each other.
Big elbow drop from the top, cover. Only a one count after that, Mark.
Fighting spirit on display from the head coach.
Shane, you mentioned how referee Justin Borden is playing things a little fast and loose. I think he understands how important this match is
100%.
for both of these men.
Yeah, he's not going to let him end it in a corner count.
Sleeper hold applied here from Allan Breeze.
I don't think either of these guys would stop. If he counted them out or counted disqualification, I don't think these boys would stop.
Well, now, Allan Breeze stopped dead in his tracks, courtesy of a sleeper hold from Fred Rosser, but able to reverse it there. Damage to the arm, and back to another sleeper there, really trying to soften up. Oh, hold on, no. He's not going for, he's not going for this.
Oh, there we go.
That's Fred Rosser's move, fellas.
He's got the cross-face chicken wing cinched in, a finishing, oh, not quite cinched in, looking to cinch it in here, but Shane, that's a finishing maneuver for Mr. No Days Off.
I don't think he's taught that one to Allan, so Allan's kind of going from watching, but he's definitely trying to prove a point here. There's that cocky attitude. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to impress Rosser or kick him off.
Yeah,
I think it might be the latter, given those shots we're seeing here. I'm not sure if it's necessarily disrespect on the part of Allan Breeze. Cover here. I think it's maybe a subliminal message to Fred Rosser saying, I'm no longer your young boy, I'm no longer your junior. I can be, and I aspire to be as good as you. And isn't that what Fred Rosser wants?
Well, he's just trying to squeeze all the blood from his head. Cut the head off the snake. Not to say that Fred's a snake.
Removing the circulation there.
Yeah.
Are you media trained or something, Shane?
Yeah, something like that.
Here on the apron, very dangerous place to be. Back full of apron for Allan Breeze, and gentlemen, just like that, the tide turns.
I think Fred felt like he needed to level up here and take Allan to a next level in terms of punishment.
Hold on! Maybe playing a little bit of possum there. Suckered Coach Fred in.
I think he's aware of his situations, aware of his surroundings. He's learning as he goes.
He's got to be aware of the count here, though. Justin Bourne's trying to break this up.
And he plays it fast and loose. He can only play it fast and loose.
Whoa. This is dangerous here.
Stone pile driver.
Are you kidding me?
Spike neck first on the outside.
Fellas, I didn't think it was going to come to this.
I understand wanting to win a match. I understand not wanting to lose to your student, but and Fred Rosser could have taken years off the career of Allan Breeze with that one move, Shane.
Here we go. Is the ref going to count? Yes. So now here we go. This, if they're going to keep going like this, that's crazy stuff, man. Maybe we should get a count out here.
4.
This is about more than just the win and loss column. This is about months of angst and anger and frustration and emotional roller coaster that both of these men have separately been going through, and it's pouring out in this match.
Fred could definitely take the count out here, win, but no.
Fred wants to prove a point to Allan Breeze, rolling him back in the ring and saying, "You're not dead yet. I'm going to finish the job, quarterback."
Playing a little bit of a gatekeeper here, as he should. You want to make it, you got to get through me.
Maybe setting up for that lariat, gentlemen.
Lining it up. I've been on the receiving end of this. It is not fun.
And so has Allan Breeze. Drop kick. Explosion. Another one of Fred Rosser's own moves.
Again, he used one of Fred's moves on him.
And it nearly won him the match, Shane.
Right in the middle of the ring.
Talking about pulling that rabbit out of the hat that your teacher doesn't know you know.
Well, and of course for Allan Breeze, right, it's one thing to defeat Fred Rosser, but to do so with his own move, it cements it for Allan Breeze.
Fred's got an effective moveset.
You can see
Nothing bad taking these moves from Fred.
Fred's neck is hurting, but perhaps his spirit hurting even worse, feeling disrespected, feeling maligned by Allan Breeze, digging into his own bag of tricks.
That took a lot out of Allan to even hit the move.
He's asked me to do something. Come on. Hey, he's asking me to do something. What do you got? Huh? Yep.
Shot echoed through the dojo.
Saying, let me see what you got. Allan showed him, and now he's gonna pay the price. Guys, talk about the red light. Fred Rosser is seeing red right now. Fred Rosser's angry. Gut buster.
Working that whole body. Dominant win, but I think you got it.
Here is your winner, Fred Rosser.
Fred Rosser wanted to wake Allan Breeze up. I know that by the end of this match, Breeze had woken Fred Rosser up.
That's it, yeah, I was saying, like, he got it. I think he got what he wanted out of Breeze. I hope he did. Well, Breeze might be down on his back now, but he's not going to forget that fight. I don't think he's going to forget the feeling that Fred made him feel.
Allan Breeze might be knocked out cold on the canvas right about now, but the lesson stands, Mark. No doubt in my mind what he's learned and gleaned from his time in the ring with that red light on against the coach is worth its weight in gold.
Applause for Fred Rosser. Give us some love to Breeze here.
On his feet, he's standing. Fred wants him to stand.
That is your Academy Cup champion. That is your quarterback of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Academy. That is Allan Breeze.
Never not been impressive inside this building. Such a great representative of this academy system is Breeze.
Big victory here tonight for Fred Rosser. Another big victory we saw from Fred was back on our first time on the call together, Mark. Academy Showcase 2. Excuse me, Academy Showcase 1. Fred Rosser. Whoa, hold on. TMDK Dirty Work revisited once again.
That's just straight alcohol. I thought that was water. That is straight alcohol. Sorry, Fred. He's going to make me pay for that later.
Third match, singles contest. One fall with a 15-minute time limit.
I hope you guys are ready for a hoss fight. We got some big boys coming out here next.
Yes. Oh my God, this guy's crazy. This guy's insane.
He's also enormous.
What is he, 7 foot tall?
Typically has a height advantage in most of his matches.
Close enough.
He will not today.
No? What? How big's the other guy? Oh, whoa. Can't wait to see this other guy as well. Oh, but he's a big softy. He's a big softy. Until that bell rings, then he is insane.
Blue corner, 6'4", 230 pounds, Insane Dane.
It's the second time in an Academy Showcase. We're glad to have Insane Dane back in the house. And the very first Academy Showcase, in the very first match, that was the very first wrestler to enter this dojo. He kicked the whole thing off and he's back.
He's huge.
Yes, he is.
Big guy, big hair, big jacket. He's got 2 jackets on. One, the double jacket.
Look at these 2 giants. Goliath versus Goliath.
Red corner, 6'8", 257 pounds, the Lone Stranger, Buck Skinner.
The Lone Stranger, you said? Oh, yeah.
Shane, Buck Skinner grew up on a farm in Arkansas, small town population, 2,000. I don't think we're going to see him at the Hollywood clubs tonight.
He provided the shade for that town.
Of course, we spoke to it during the entrances, gentlemen, for Insane Dane, such a tall competitor. It's not very often he's in the ring with someone that doesn't just match him, but despite what the Mohawk might imply, outsizes him. So this is way out of Insane Dane's comfort zone.
It's an intriguing matchup for both of them. They're both used to having a massive height and size advantage over their opponents. Neither one of them have it here.
I don't think we're going to see it change their game plan.
No.
I think it's still just going to be big meaty boys smashing each other.
Well, would that then give the advantage to Buck Skinner? If they keep their game plan the same, he has the height advantage, he has the weight advantage. Do you, Shane Haste, favor the Lone Stranger?
I don't favor any of them because it's just so even. And Dane, I don't know if you've heard this, he's insane.
I have. Many have said. Of course, saw him make his New Japan Academy Showcase debut back at the Academy Cup. Tag team victory alongside Coach the DKC against Live Danger, but there's no tag team opportunity here, Mark Rosecca. No one to tag out to, no room to find that reprieve.
Nope, just too big.
Oh,
Huge.
Period. And alpha male is Buck Skinner.
Get back, Red! Get back, Red!
And coming right in for the kill. You gotta follow up on that, and he is.
Buck Skinner not only competing in the first ever match in Academy Showcase history, Mark, also competing in the first ever Strong Survivor matchup, falling to Matt Vandergriff. And Shane, there has to be a chip on his shoulder, seeing how Vandergriff took that ball and ran with it, saying, hell, if I was victorious in Vegas against Vandergriff, maybe I could have been the Strong Survivor for over a year. Maybe I could have catapulted my stock.
Actually, I don't remember that match. I don't know what cost him that match, but let's see if he has tightened his game up, if he's learned from that at least. See if he's got rid of all those weaknesses. See, like, what he's done here is so smart. He saw off that pounce, he saw that Dane landed, didn't land flat, he landed on his side on that arm, and he's capitalizing on that weak spot.
I know that Buck Skinner remembers that match, and he's still angry about it, and he's taking it out on Insane Dane.
Dane's still got another arm and 2 legs, though.
Dane looking a little angry himself here. Not to be outdone, not to be underestimated, but Buck Skinner with an answer at every turn. Cover. No.
I thought Dane might be going for that bicycle kick. A great move in his arsenal that you don't want to get hit by. But Skinner cut it off no matter what.
Of course, at that first Academy Showcase, Skinner, the big opportunity against Coach Fred Rosser, and we spoke to it. The coach, Mark, doesn't step into the ring with just about anybody. Cover.
We got to see something in you.
Yes, we saw it with Shaheen. We saw it with the likes of Vandergriff and CJ Tino. Hell, Zane J for that matter.
Yep.
Fred Rosser is only competing against you in this building. On a show this special, you got what it takes.
Oh, huge.
Insane Dane taking off his feet. Buck Skinner keeps the fight going. Elbow drop. Only 2.
That's like a 300-pound elbow drop there. Can you imagine that?
I don't want to.
Well, one day.
Guys, Dane's got to make something happen here. Skinner's just been hammering him.
If you're Insane Dane, you have to evade. You have to stick and move here against the big man, Buck Skinner.
I don't know. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I think he's.
Come on!
You think this is Buck Skinner's match to win?
I think so. I think he's toying with him right now.
Well, if this is how he plays with his food, Buck Skinner, a very sick and twisted individual, a country boy with a mean streak.
A little insane himself.
Yeah, looking to finish this one off. Hey, they say iron sharpens iron, Shane Hayes. The only way to beat a monster is to become one.
Yeah, 2 monsters in the making here. Oh.
Godzilla and King Kong eat your heart out. Insane Dane in a really bad way here, Mark.
Yeah, but looking at his face, man, he ain't done. He's not done at all.
Skinner came in with a game plan clearly to just be absolutely relentless.
We're also targeting the left arm of Insane Dane here.
And look at this now.
Knows that Dane likes to go for those powerful maneuvers, those suplexes and slams. Shane, you know as well as anybody, those moves are neutralized if you got a clipped wing.
That's it. But like, if you got a clipped wing, but you still got a full heart, anything is possible.
It's all about that fighting spirit.
Definitely the big thing that's taught in this academy. In this
Hold on! He's biting him! Is that what's taught in this academy?
I don't know, but you learn how to adapt. That's what's learned here.
Atomic drop, adapt.
Big bicycle kick.
Nice.
Big bumps.
He didn't even take Skinner down with it, though.
There you go, bang.
Sidewalk slam, clipped wing or otherwise. Dane goes for the cover. But only a 2.
Took him just a second to be able to get over to that cover, but that might have made a difference.
It's the one thing, Mark. To take your opponent down is one thing with an offensive maneuver. To keep those big, beefy shoulders of Buck Skinner down for the count of 3, it's a completely different story.
Oh!
Senton into the cover.
Payback.
No!
Dane has managed to turn the tide in this.
Well, we've seen Buck give damage. Let's see how he can take it now.
There's still a long way for Insane Dane to go. The arm's neutralized, but he wants to finish the Lone Stranger off. Set arm first, into that top turnbuckle, and a big lariat from Buck.
That's gotta be all. He's gotta get over for the cover.
And he does? No.
It's over!
Perhaps wants to put the exclamation mark on this one. Double tap, as it were, does Buck Skinner.
Is this big man going up?
Go higher.
You gotta be kidding me.
He's gonna hit the roof.
No
You gotta
way.
be kidding me.
Huge elbow drop.
Big.
Here is your winner, Buck Skinner.
Great win for Buck Skinner.
Great fight from Insane Dane.
Yes, it was.
All the way from dark corner Arkansas to here in sunny Southern California. Buck Skinner bringing a little of that darkness with him. We speculated, gentlemen, the size of Buck Skinner eventually won him the day.
Yeah. And I didn't expect Dane to be able to get himself back in this thing, but he was able to fight back. Had a real shot at winning this match. And a very good showing overall from Insane Dane.
Yeah, he's got to be proud of that one. He's got to be proud. Nothing to say about that one.
Fourth match, tag team match. One fall with a 15-minute time limit.
Shane, you're a tag team expert. Both of these teams are teams of women who have never teamed before, though. How much of a factor do you think that'll be?
We'll see. We'll see that dynamic with each other. I don't even know if all these girls get along. All right, they get along.
Each one of these teams features a member of the current Academy class teaming with an alumni of the Academy.
But in saying that too, both Milo and Viva Man are at the Academy a lot. So they've all worked around each other.
5 feet, 3 inches, the Divine Liberator, Kiki Van Gogh. 5 feet, 3 inches, Mac Daddy, Milo.
The bell rings. Mac Daddy Milo will have made history here. Most Academy Showcase appearances for a woman wrestler. This will be her third match on an Academy Showcase.
Oh, well done. Good on you, Milo. Good on you, mate.
They're going to have their hands full with their opponents. And here they come. Tag team wrestling has so much to do with chemistry. You never know, Shane. We may see a new team form here that could become a permanent team.
Well, that's what I'm seeing. And knowing these women, the chemistry, I think they've been paired up very well. Kiki has a very bubbly attitude, as does Milo. Viva and Kiki, very serious.
Blue corner, 5 feet, 7 inches, Top Topic. Vietnam Pro Wrestling Women's Champion, the Hell-Bent Vixen, Viva Van.
Viva Van, of course, currently signed to AEW ROH. We're always happy to see her here on the Academy Showcase. And this will be the debut on the showcase for Totovic.
Of course, not the first time we have seen Viva Van in tag team action in an Academy Showcase. It was back at Showcase number 2 that her and J-Rod fell to Johnny Robbie and Trish Adora, 2 women who have very clearly established themselves as a part of the Pantheon in the Forbidden Door. Tatovic starting things off here against Mac Daddy Milo. Shane, you talk about the opposing attitudes, the fun, bubbly nature of Milo and Kiki against the stoic determination of Tatovic and Van.
Yep.
Who do you give the edge to?
I'd say Tatovic and Van. Viva, Van. Like I said about Allan Breeze, I did mention, like, I have seen Viva down here a lot. She is training so hard. And also she's, we said Ring of Honor, AEW, she's around, she's used to that pressure. She's been in those big matches.
Oftentimes when signing to a new organization, a major organization, you see competitors pump the brakes and start to rest on their laurels. That's not the case with Viva Van, but she's not in the ring. Right now it's Tatovic returning to professional wrestling after several years away back in 2022. Milo got her shoulders down now. She's hit the ground running, Mark. Appearances on AEW Collision. Looking at upper game here in the New Japan Academy.
She's a third-degree black belt, a kickboxer, a fitness trainer. She's dangerous. She's got assassin vibes.
She's strong, too. Strong, you can see it. Manhandling Milo. Milo, though, can take damage. That's
And not
one
only
thing.
manhandling Milo, but not letting go of the grip, keeping Milo in her clutches.
Yeah.
Cover, very lackadaisical cover here, Shane. What do you make of that?
That might be a mistake. That might be a mistake when you're in there with Milo.
It absolutely
Is
is.
almost caught her.
maybe not.
Milo looking for that Milo, as she calls it. Her variation on the cutter. But Tatovic caught her in the German, the waist lock, excuse me. Oh, looking for that big knee strike. Elbow strike will have to do.
I see, he's used to the heart of Milo. Bam, great knee. She just took a beating. Isn't just getting tagged out. Isn't just tagging out. She has to earn that tag out. And that's a very New Japan, that's a strong style thing of you don't just escape and tag out. You fight and earn the right to tag out.
And perhaps feels like she's earned that right. In
Yep.
comes Kiki Van Gogh. Not only that, Shane, but this is such a big opportunity for all four of these women, competing atop the cerulean blue, competing under the emblem that is the lion mark. So much prestige, so much history when you compete for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Especially even with the women in this division here, this showcase matches have been main evented by.
Yes, the first ever one was.
Yep,
Right.
yep, and that set the bar, and that was high.
Trisha Dora and Johnny Robbie were our main event at the very first Academy Showcase.
And that was crazy good.
And it was Trisha Dora and Johnny Robbie who picked up a victory over J-Rod and Viva Van, the Hellbent Vixen, looking to avenge that loss. And thus far, Mark, working very, very well in tandem with Tatovic.
Well, it's nice to see that, and maybe a little bit of a surprise to see that when you have folks who have not teamed together before. But nice tag team synchronicity.
Of course, since graduating the Academy, Viva Van has competed for the likes of AEW, hold on, Ring of Honor, New Japan Strong, CMLL, TJPW. She has been anywhere and everywhere, and Kiki Van Gogh wants some of that momentum for herself. But a crucifix from Van.
I see these women challenging each other. They're not just trying to cut the ring off. They're not isolating. They're fighting each other.
It's all about competition here. Wins and losses are one thing, but they want to prove, as you said, Shane, that they earned it.
100%. Kiki, I've seen her ups and downs in training. She can take damage too. That's another good thing about her and Milo. They can fight. They got hard.
And they, of course, all want to impress New Japan officials.
Cross arm breaker here from Viva Van, looking for the tap-out victory against Kiki Van Gogh. That would certainly impress New Japan officials. Cover.
Nothing more impressive than a win.
I'm going to challenge you on that,
Big hit.
Mark Warzeka. Perhaps the only thing more impressive than a win is doing so the right way. As Shane was saying, not rushing to tag out, not escaping, not going those low roads. Getting that win by your own merit. And Kiki perhaps well on her way.
Showing great fire and great spirit is Kiki Van Gogh. First time on a showcase.
Of course, a product of the legendary Amazing Red coming out of House of Glory in New York. We've seen the likes of Dante Griffith and Raymond Bright, who we'll see later on tonight in our main event. Also, House of Glory alumni cut their teeth here in the New Japan Academy. There's Tatovic here.
That's some smart tag work there. It's not just a 2-on-1. There's still the other opponent there.
Viva with a little bit of misdirection here, catching Kiki Van Gogh with the Vendetta kick into the cover.
She's got a clear path.
No No.
Big kick out.
5 minutes of elapsed. 5 minutes.
And
Steamrolled her with that one.
because Milo had been neutralized on the outside, there was no way she could come in to help her break up that pin. Kiki needed to kick out.
And now you see Viva and Tatovic cutting off the ring. A little bit of a miscommunication.
Wow, they took her out again, guys.
This feels personal for Viva Van and Tatovic. You know it's not. You know it's just the importance of this stage.
Oh, the double big boots.
The lengths they're willing to go. Hook of the leg. Only a 2.
All alone again, she's got to kick out. There's no one there to make a save for her.
This is a great strategy.
You're seeing a lot of tag team maneuvers between Tatovic and Viva Van.
Big damage. You don't have to worry. Keep the other opponent off the apron. You don't have to worry about them. Make your life easier.
Well, not only that, Shane, but as a tag team wrestler, especially if you're not a regularly established tag team, as these women are not, that takes time. They've clearly, since this match was announced, put those hours in the dojo, put those hours in outside the dojo. Cover.
I mean, that's to me, like I say, Viva Van has been down at the academy. She's been here at the dojo training just about every single week. And Tatovic has been here as well, so they've been in the ring together.
And the same
against each other and working together.
Yes, the same cannot be said of Milo, of course, an alumni graduate, not a part of this most recent class.
I definitely have seen her down a couple of times, but not to the same extent that I'm aware of. But, you know, I don't know everything.
Milo's back
That's
up on
true.
the apron now, but Kiki's got to be able to get to her to make a tag.
I know.
And her opponents are keeping Kiki on this side of the ring.
Isolating the ring. It's great tag team wrestling here, Mark. Fundamental.
Whoever's been teaching them that at the academy is doing a bang-up job.
Well, let me ask you this,
Whoever
Shane.
does tag stuff at the academy.
Well, what about this? They don't teach this at the
genius.
academy, Shane. They don't teach this right here at the academy. I guarantee you that.
They might.
Shane might.
Well, they shouldn't.
Referee Justin Borden's attention averted. He's focusing on Mac Daddy Milo. Didn't even notice the double team of Tatovic and Viva
Look,
Van.
they got till 5.
Until about 10 or 15 there.
Yeah, I didn't hear her count to 10 or 15.
Sunset flip there. Basement drop kick.
She got enough of it.
Kiki Van Gogh has got to get back in this thing. Moreover, she has got to get Milo back in this ring, and indeed she does. The Mac Daddy off the ropes.
Here comes Milo.
Here comes Kiki.
How about this double team?
Turnabout fair play, perhaps, Shane.
Definitely fit.
And Viva Van is suddenly in a world of trouble.
No. She says, I am the trouble. Trouble's my middle name, Milo.
Crisscross again. Oh, almost got the cutter. But
Again-
Viva Van held on.
Again, looking for that Milo. Did Viva Van hold on, or did Tatovic grab her?
Oh, she maybe did.
Standing splash, cover. No. And Shane, in these deep waters, the longer and longer a tag match goes on, what's your strategy? You continue to try to isolate the rings, you try to keep each other fresh, keep on with those double team moves? For Tatovic and Viva Van here.
Keeping each other fresh. Don't waste energy where you don't need to waste energy. Quick tags. Don't stay in longer than you need to, because it is exhausting to beat someone up.
Yes, I wouldn't know. Big
You
boot
will.
there.
You
Whoa.
will know.
Tatovic and Van smothering Milo in the corner here. She's dead on her feet, Mark.
Goodness.
For flinching.
You can hear that down the street.
You can hear that one in Vietnam. Viva Van's native Vietnam. My goodness.
That was louder than the fireworks I was hearing last night.
And that's saying something. Here in Los Angeles, that is saying something. Viva Van mouthing off to the Mac Daddy. Can say a lot of things about Milo. She is not one to be disrespected. She is not one to be underestimated.
But now she's in trouble, fellas. She's gonna need to make a tag. And Kiki is up, cheering her on in the red corner. Here she comes. Gets it. Here comes Kiki.
And now we're seeing Kiki up. She's had a little bit of breath. She's got her breath back. She's running and going.
In like a house of fire, Kiki Van Gogh with a huge takedown to Tatovic. Page out of her own book with that martial arts background, that amateur background.
But Viva Van just chops away at her and cuts it all off.
Again, the first ever hold on, spinebuster cover. No!
What a spine buster.
We've seen Viva Van have a lot of speed and momentum in this match so far,
10
and
minutes
now
on
we've
the
just seen
ropes,
it used
10
against
minutes.
her.
Again, Kiki Van Gogh with so much time on the outside, Shane, not just to recuperate physically, but time to re-strategize, time to think of moves exactly like this. But Tatovic breaking up that Boston Crab.
All 4 women in the ring now. It's breaking down.
Yeah, Justin Borden has just lost control here. I believe Kiki Van Gogh and Viva Van still legal. And the evasion of Viva Van, second to none. German suplex. Here's Milo.
Watch out behind you.
Whoa! Third time the charm.
Out of nowhere.
And there's that martial arts background of Tatovic. Arms butterflied.
Oh, big butterfly suplex.
She's so focused on Milo, I don't know if she realizes Kiki Van Gogh's right behind her to the gut.
What you got, Milo? What you got, Kiki? Fisherman suplex.
Yeah, Kiki distracted there. Kiki going for the wrong person. She is not legal.
She's pulling her into position for something.
Perhaps looking to set Tatovic up for a pinfall once Milo comes to. Vader bomb!
But Viva Van is legal.
Oh, and now Kiki Van Gogh.
Kiki again, just seeing red and attacking everyone.
Kiki learning that the hard way here, and Milo looking to pick the bones. What a rub this would be for Milo, victorious against the VPW Women's Champion, against a contracted AEW wrestler.
Had a steam.
Vendetta kick.
God, she clipped her with it.
Yeah, we're back down to one-on-one.
Trying to muscle Kiki Van Gogh up, but she's sandbagging Viva Van here, and now power of her own. Fireman's carry, Samoa drop.
There we go. Milo taking care of the other partner.
Tatovic on the outside, duking it out here with the Mac Daddy, and again, Mark,
Maybe
Kiki
she'll
Van
go one
Gogh.
more time here
Yeah,
with
go
the
for-
Vader bomb.
Yes.
She's got the legal wrestler now, but Viva Van was one step ahead of her.
Took too much time setting it up. Shane, she left Viva Van in position for just a little too long.
That's all Viva needs is a second. Huge knee strike.
Oh, impaler, gutbuster, cover.
Breeze.
Here are your winners, Tatovic and Viva Van.
That's all Viva needed, that experience. That's all she needed, a second to get her breath back to capitalize and get back on top.
It was a great victory for Viva Van and Tatovic. I don't want to take anything away from them, but Shane, we can't say that they didn't break any rules during this match.
Well, did they get disqualified?
They did not get disqualified.
Then shut up.
I suppose as the old adage goes, it's not breaking the rules if you don't get caught. Viva Van and Tatovic far from caught. Victorious here.
That's right. That's right, team.
Perhaps the dawning of a new tag team here at NJPW Academy.
Maybe two. That was a great fight by Milo and Kiki as well. They showed some tag team moves and combinations.
The fifth match, singles contest. One fall with a 15-minute time limit.
Very much looking forward to this one-on-one contest. And to the debut of this man here in the LA Dojo. We've seen him on the Southern California scene. He's from San Diego, California. Has wrestled in Mexico and is now wrestling here on the Academy All-Star Showcase.
5 feet, 8 inches, 200 pounds, and Mashika.
Welcome out, Mashika.
The legs, man. Look at the legs on this guy. He is stocky and strong, and I've seen him in training. He's agile too. Don't let the thickness.
Angus isn't the only one with strong legs on this card. I can't even pretend to be unbiased in regard to his opponent, though.
He's cool, man. That's a cool dude.
Well, he thinks he is. What this man did on our last showcase at the Academy Cup to Raymond Bright was absolutely despicable.
What'd he do?
He beat the hell out of him after their match, Shane.
Oh, well, sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He probably cost Raymond Bright the cup.
Blue corner, certified stunner, Ray Rico.
I think he hopes he did. He hopes he did cut Ray in.
Yeah, Shane, of course, you yourself very familiar with the certified stunner, teamed with Ray Rico to pick a victory over Dante Griffith and Coach Fred Rosser back at Academy Showcase number 4.
I know, that's what I mean. This kid's got it.
And what about Ray Rico is so special to you? Is it the attitude? Is it the technical acumen? Is it that intangible it factor?
Definitely intangible. You can't tangent this guy.
Untangible is the certified stunner Ray Rico.
See, that's that agility that I was talking about, too.
Mark, as you were alluding to, if what we saw back at the Academy Showcase is what that intangible is all about, if it's the sneak attack, the sour grapes to Raymond Bright after the bell, costing him that cup, I don't want any part of what Ray Rico is bringing to the table.
Many wrestlers come into these showcases saying, I can't wait to hopefully impress New Japan officials. Ray Rico says, I can't wait to show them what I'm all about. It's a different mentality.
Confidence, baby. Confidence, a huge part of once you get to this level of pro wrestling is confidence. People who aren't confident at this level, they blow up. They run out of energy too early. We see Ray Rico got moves, and you need that confidence to be able to do those moves throughout a whole match.
Well, Shane, forgive the cliche, but there is a thin line between cockiness and confidence, and dare I say, Ray Rico is dancing that line.
Oh, and he's a good dancer too, isn't he?
Ray Rico started his career as a luchador. He used to wear a mask. He didn't lose it in a mask versus mask match. No, he just took it off because he said he needs the world to see his gorgeous face. I'm not going to wear it anymore.
Unbelievable.
Why, what's unbelievable about that? Look at him.
It's the
You
cockiness, the
you
smugness.
You wish you
Come
were
on.
here. You wish you had those flowing locks and that beautiful, handsome face.
Perhaps that'll bode well for him against El Mashika again, recently competing in Mexico, south of the border for the very first time. Case in point, lucha acumen on full display.
Oh,
Tilt-a-whirl ovation there. I'm not sure I've ever seen that. El Mashika looking absolutely primal in there. Thinking monkey flip, but instead Mark deposited on that top rope.
Ray Rico is confident, yes, he's also comfortable in this ring and in this dojo, but that's not going to be too comfortable for him.
Doesn't want to get too comfortable, doesn't want to assume, shoulders down. Just because I've been here before, just because I picked up a victory alongside Shane Haste in tag team competition over Coach Fred Rosser.
I did do a lot of the work.
Yeah, well, exactly, as I'm saying. Much different situation, singles competition, no one to tag out to, no former IWGP Tag Team Champion, New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champion to make the save for you. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But, you know, he knows how to pace himself. He's got that confidence. He's not going to blow up. He's in this hole. He's not blowing up.
Of course, we're about a year removed from that tag team victory alongside you, Shane, so how much has Ray Rico grown in that subsequent time?
Yeah, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Reaching for that rope here, Mark, trying to look for a reprieve, but Mashika's not going to give it to him.
That's some strength there, agility and strength. This will be a hard one for people to overcome.
Mashika's relatively new on the scene, and I wonder how much of a factor that is. Ray Rico doesn't know necessarily what to expect from him.
Rolls through. Springboard once again, Sakiri.
Well, he wasn't expecting that, that's for sure. And Rico's down and out on the outside and in the wrong part of town.
And Mashika He's letting Ray Rico re-enter the ring of his own accord. Do you think that is smart strategy as opposed to going to the outside and rolling him in yourself, perhaps keeping the fight going as we saw earlier with Fred Rosser and Allan Breeze?
I think definitely, yeah, Ray should have stayed out, got himself a breath.
Ray lands on his feet, perhaps nursing that ankle. Rolls through. Leapfrog, no!
Breaks it. Hey, clipped the leg smart.
And taking advantage of that trip up from El Mashika. Didn't get all of that leapfrog, and that may have been the opening the certified stunner needed.
Yeah, Ray Rico saw just a killer instinct, fired up. As soon as he saw his opening, just went right in after Mashika.
That's the thing, like that high flyingness of El Mashika. He, when you're caught clipping that wing, that leg of his, but then going to the head. You can't walk if your brain's all scrambled.
And now Rico's trying to slow the pace down a little bit. He was forced to wrestle Mashika's pace up until now, but this is his opportunity to try to bring it down a little bit.
I say this is some cockiness here. Trying to stand toe-to-toe. You capitalized on that leg.
I will say credit where credit is due to El Mashika. We talk a lot about the agility, the athleticism, the lucha acumen, but Shane, you spoke to those legs. This is no small fry. This man's got power to boot.
And he's got energy to boot, it seems. He's got that skill. Oh.
Looking for momentum off the ropes. Ray Rico with some of his own.
That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Not in your entire life. Give me a break.
That's the coolest thing by the coolest dude I've ever seen.
We may not all love his attitude, but you cannot deny the skill of Ray Rico.
Cover. No, I want to point to that, a drop kick to the small of the neck. Such precision and such danger from Ray Rico.
He was a high school triathlete, swim, football, wrestling, been wrestling amateur since the age of 6. Ray Rico is very, very good.
He's swimming it up now. He's lapping it.
A regular Michael Phelps in the ring is Ray Rico, and you know, we talked about that post-match beatdown back at the Academy Showcase, Mark. As despicable as that was, it also showed that Ray Rico has a mean streak. We always knew he was fond of himself. He has the anger and the determination, and dare I say the crazy to back it up.
And maybe Shane's right. Maybe that's what it takes to get ahead in this sport. I don't know.
We're caught in the clutches of El Mashika. No. Submission hold applied. Body scissors.
I think he was trying to use that power to stop Ray, but
Oh, he used that power, all right. Spiking Rico. Neck first. But Mashika's gonna wake up. He's got Ray Rico down, Shane, but you know the certified stunner, the hardest man in all the land, he's not staying down for long.
Yeah, I could see him. From our angle here, I could see he saw himself going down and countered. We learned rolls for that reason.
Well, a counter there from El Mashika, small package. No.
Every time Rico thinks he's going in for the kill, Mashika surprises him with something. And that was another example.
A theme of this match is challenging each other. The theme of this show, I feel like this showcase has been these students challenging each other.
On this, a pure graduate versus graduate match. No signed wrestlers, no coaches in this one, gentlemen. These are two men who live and breathe the Academy, who are just waiting for that next step.
Springboard.
No,
Not this time, not this time.
Caught in the clutches of El Mashika and just deadlifted up. Sit up, powerbomb. Cover. No.
You know, it's Ray, even while getting lifted up, getting counted, he was still swinging at that head. Fighting for everything.
Fighting, but it wasn't any good. The result was the same. El Mashika landed the powerbomb, and Mark, that might have been the opening he needed.
The dojo is behind him. They're chanting his name here in Southern California.
Again, a graduate of this Academy class. He has no showcases under his belt. For all El Mashika knows, this is his one and done, and he looks to make the most out of it here. Nobody home.
Rico one step ahead of him. He always thinks he's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. Is he going to be right?
Fighting everything they got.
I'll give you this, Shane, for as much as we malign the attitude of Ray Rico, he is a tough cookie.
Definitely, everyone at
Spear.
this academy is tough. The training is brutal.
Cover. No.
Rico kind of slipped out the back door of that one. A kick out, but not a lot behind it. Ray Rico is going to have to find an opening if he wants to turn things around.
And Shane, at this juncture in the matchup, when you're this exhausted, you're this tuckered out both physically and mentally, you gotta be looking to put an exclamation mark on this one.
He's just looking to survive at this point, going back to the basics. If they haven't tried everything new, oh, there you go, making his own opening.
Well, Mashika was looking for that Mexplex, a game-ending maneuver.
Look at this, still got energy to spare.
No!
Hey, wild drive.
San Diego driver from Ray Rico.
Still plenty of tricks up his sleeve. And the energy in the tank to hit it.
It's taking a lot of time to showboat, though, guys.
Stunner! Cutter, that's gotta be it.
Capelite's got to hook that leg. 3 count, there you go. Using the ropes for momentum.
Here is your winner, Ray Rico.
Ray Rico does it again.
That's leaving it all out, man. That's leaving it out all the stops.
Now, Ray Rico told me earlier tonight that there are 3 Rays on this showcase, including himself, Raymond Bright, and Ray Jazz, and in his estimation, he is far and away the greatest. He is, these are his words, not mine, the only Ray that matters. Perhaps he just proved it, Mark. I
Who
don't
even
know.
thinks like that?
Clearly the certified stunner, clearly, as much as I hate to agree with
than the other
hysterical Shane
Rays.
Haste, a winner thinks that way.
Chicken dinner, baby.
6th match, singles contest. 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit.
The 2 men in this match, both graduates of the current class, but both have a lot of experience in professional wrestling, which we'll get into. Shane, these guys have been around a bit.
I need y'all to get up.
Oh, take 2. Hyping him up, hyping him up.
Our first competitor is from Atlanta, Georgia. We don't even have to chronicle the deep wrestling history in that town.
Center stage, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Red corner, 6 feet 2 inches, 205 pounds, Shu Taylor.
It's great to have Shu Taylor in the house and his first Academy Showcase. Welcome in. His opponent is a man the head coach Fred Rosser calls my wrestling stepson. I don't believe that Fred Rosser could think any higher of this man.
That's pretty high praise. What's earned him that praise? How's he steps up? Okay. I don't know. Is he telling me to shave? Do I need to shave?
Blue corner, 5 feet 10 inches, 205 pounds, the Jersey legend, Ray Jazz.
Hey, you like jazz?
The B movie, I get it.
B movie, excellent movie. I heard that is actually where Ray Jazz gets his name from.
I don't think yeah,
that's
no,
true at
I
all.
don't think so.
Thank you.
And same with Stinger Taylor.
Shoot Taylor.
Shoot Taylor. Stinger Shoot Taylor.
Of course, Ray Jazz looking for you to do the Italian hands. Forget about it, Shane.
I feel like I'm not allowed to.
Well, fair enough.
That seems like
Media training and all that.
I feel like we're going to see a different match in this singles match than we just saw. This is going to be a lot more grounded.
I mean, both of these men with a decided amateur background, Mark.
Yeah, tremendous amount of amateur wrestling between the two of them. 10 years for Shu Taylor. Meanwhile, Ray Jazz, 4-time academic All-American, but NCAA All-American, 7th in the country at one point.
Not only that, has competed as an amateur wrestler since the age of 5. Over 2 decades of experience under the belt of the Jersey legend.
We call it NCA in Australia.
Good day.
G'day.
Shu Taylor.
Beautiful.
Fred said about Ray Jazz, guys, can I present you to President Hiroshi Tanahashi and say this is somebody who could make it in this industry? Yes, I can in this case.
Yeah, Ray Jazz telling me earlier on today that Fred Rosser was his first quote-unquote name opponent. Someone who, throughout the years, has always been there as a shoulder to lean on, has always been there with words of advice, has always been there to guide him in the right direction. So it means so much for Ray Jazz here in the Academy, in the LA Dojo, the house of Coach Fred Rosser, to show what Fred's taught him, not just here in this 3-month camp, but over the course of the last several years.
Yeah, you guys talked with him, huh?
Yes.
No one ever said nothing to me. You know what Shu Taylor said to me when I talked to him earlier?
What was that?
He said, hey.
Well, I'll tell you what, Shane, at least in the case of Ray Jazz, perhaps consider yourself lucky that you weren't talking to the man. He thinks very highly of himself, and well, he should. Again, a great body of work, both in professional and amateur wrestling, but certainly a great deal of confidence, and I wonder if that'll perhaps cost him here, Mark.
Shu Taylor, throughout his career, has battled with many New Japan greats, from Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin, Kevin Knight.
He letting his wrestling do his talking at the moment.
Off the ropes. Shoulder block taking Ray Jazz off his feet.
Beautiful NCAA shoulder tackle.
And you see a little bit of a hand motion from Shu Taylor, maybe trying to get in the head of Ray Jazz here, catching him in midair and depositing him back first on the cerulean blue of the canvas.
And he's on the buzz. Shu Taylor's on the buzz about Ray Jazz, but he knows this is his opportunity here today too. This is his showcase too.
That's it. It's not all about the Jazz.
Caught all of that. Hip attack in the corner. And Ray Jazz here, maybe looking to give him a Jazz tip of the day. Teach Shu Taylor a lesson.
Scabbity beep whap boom.
And Shane, I think it's fair to say that not only does Ray Jazz have the amateur wrestling experience in terms of years on the mat, he also has the mainstream professional wrestling experience, the quote-unquote big match experience, does the self-proclaimed Jersey legend.
Hey, been in front of some crowds before, and as we saw, you know, we're talking about cockiness and that confidence. We saw it just in the last match. We saw that pay off.
It's paying off here for the back suplex. Into a cover. Only a 2, but for all the stages he's been on, Mark, New Japan, a new one entirely for Ray Jazz. He said it's a fresh start. He's going back to his roots, back to where he started. Felt disrespected on the East Coast for his amateur styling and wants to change that with domination here under the line.
It also speaks to what this academy means. Even when you have the experience that Ray Jazz has, he's willing to give up everything, to come across country, to come here from Jersey, to be here for 10 weeks of intense training, to be on this showcase, because this academy has so much prestige and influence without
especially when he's at that level already, right? He's competed in front of those big crowds, competed alongside legitimate legends in the world of professional wrestling, and still a man like the Jersey legend Ray Jazz sees the value in this program.
Yeah, Jordan, I know that there's somebody, maybe many, people at home watching this right now saying,
Cover.
when does this, can I be in that ring one day? Can I be part of this academy? August 18th is the fall 2025 academy intake. That new class starts up soon. You can be here, submit, and be part of this academy. You could be on this showcase.
Suplex into a cover here. Again, head to @NJPW Academy on Instagram or NJPW1972.com for more information. But Shane, this match might be over in a minute. Ray Jazz looking for that cross arm breaker.
He is controlling it. Even when you see Shu Taylor get a control for a little bit at a time, Ray is not panicking. He's baiting him in.
And perhaps he should be panicking.
Okay, yeah, right.
Shu Taylor not only escaping the cross arm breaker, but back up to his feet with a flurry of strikes, and Jazz scales to the second.
Bang. Oh, big counter. Oh, you hear that.
Caught in midair with a picture-perfect drop kick, and that may have been the turning of the tide.
Right under the chin.
that the top floor general
Shoot
needed.
drop kick.
Can he follow up on it though? He's so exhausted. Can't immediately capitalize.
And of course, Shane, it perhaps seems obvious to say, but at this juncture, who's ever able to make their way back up to a vertical base first, you got to give them the advantage.
Oh, no man in a rush to get up, challenging each other. As we said all night, the showcases is about challenging and earning those wins. Beautiful uppercut.
I love the way Shu Taylor's just gritting his way back into this match. How about those shots?
It might not be pretty, but it's damn effective for Shu Taylor. Drop kick to the back.
Up,
German
German.
suplex.
Here we go, he's following up now, and he's rolling here. Shu Taylor's cooking with gas, can he get the cover?
No, Ray Jazz says it's underbaked. We still got that gooey center. This match continues.
Shu Taylor's got to not get discouraged, got to keep this momentum going here.
And I'm not sure if you gentlemen caught that. Shu Taylor clutching the ribs,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
showing
feeling
some
it.
weakness in the midsection. You can't afford to do that, especially against a ring general like Ray Jazz.
Oh.
Spinning heel kick.
Agility, too.
Just
Killer.
like that.
No.
Just like that, Ray Jazz able to turn this thing back around.
Back and
Swing the
forth.
pendulum back in his favor.
A layman might look at Ray Jazz and say, this guy's all look, this guy's all big show muscles. Not the case with Ray Jazz here, Shane. He's got athleticism in spades.
But he's also got the big muscle.
Looking to use those big muscles here for a fireman's carry.
Shoot reverse.
Shocking for position here.
Oh, wrenching the neck.
Again, back to those fundamentals, back to what is drilled in time and time and time again here in the LA dojo. It's what it's all about, Mark.
The Jersey legend does not get the better of that exchange.
Oh,
they're
Dane.
back up.
Guys right in front of us, this is very, very dangerous for Ray Jazz. He knows it. Fighting tooth and nail to get back in that ring.
Beautiful.
X-slide. No.
What a genius way into a backslide. Absolutely brilliant maneuver.
Exhausting each other, though. These are big boys. These are big boys moving very fast.
Yes, they've been going at a hard pace ever since the bell rang.
Awkward landing there for Shu
Counter.
Taylor. Springboard European uppercut. That's a finishing maneuver for this man.
Anything.
Gotta
but
get on him,
awkward out of
gotta get
that.
on him.
You know, it might be a finishing maneuver, but as you said, Shane had to get on him, had to get to that cover right away, and perhaps because he was unable to, it cost the top floor general here.
Now he's got to dig deeper. He's got to dig deeper. He's got to keep striking, keep fighting.
You can see the mental gears turning for Shu Taylor. He thought that was it, Mark.
Yeah.
He's thinking, what's next? What do I have left in the tank?
Oh!
Going to a submission of all things.
Triangle choke,
that's
perhaps.
it.
But
He's
Ray
got that
Jazz
arm wrenched backwards.
able to use that power, get the shoulders of Shu
Back.
Taylor down.
Back and forth, back and forth.
And now, crucifix. No.
Oh!
Shoulders down now. No. This is a nail biter, Mark.
We've seen flash, we've seen strength from these guys. Now we're back to the mat wrestling. We're back to that ground work.
Center of the ring, right on that lion mark. So apropos, because this match means so much to both of these men.
These guys are in unbelievable condition to be able to fire back at each other this deep into the match after how hard they've been going is so impressive.
Shu Taylor telling me earlier on that New Japan was something I always watched, especially on Access TV in middle school. I always studied it. This is full circle for me. But Ray Jazz doesn't care. Sicilian slice.
Oh, huge damage. Incredible to get that up there. We saw them start on the ground, throw each other around, go high, back to the ground, and one last ditch effort of everything that he had coming from the sky again. Full body weight onto the back of the head, driving him to the ground. Huge.
Coach Fred Rosser always says that breaking in takes more than talent, it takes grit. patience, relentless effort. We saw relentless effort out of both of these men in this fantastic match.
Yeah, take nothing away from Shu Taylor. No doubt his middle school self, his younger self, so proud with the performance he put on here tonight.
There you go, walking himself out. He's feeling it though.
But Ray Jazz, the wrestling stepson of Coach Fred Rosser, proving that he's earned that namesake, that he belongs in the favorites of the coach. Gentlemen, we got one more to go.
Big one.
Tonight's main event is a 6-man tag team match. One fall with a 30-minute time limit.
Every single one of these men in our 6-man main event has been on at least one showcase before. They are all all-stars. We're welcoming them all back for the main event here tonight.
Oh, looking good. It's been a while for Casey. He's a very young man. You can see he's put a bit of size on since last time.
He's just about 21 years old, I believe, Shane. But a few years active in this business. Started training as soon as he was legally able to.
Blue corner, 6 feet, 181 pounds. Midnight Marauder, Casey Pereira.
He's cool too. That's a cool dude. That's one cool kid.
Not only a
Midnight
great wrestler,
Marauder.
he's a graffiti artist, a muralist, a multi-talented man.
Well, let's see what art he can create in this ring. Yeah, feeling it.
Here's one of his two partners returning to the dojo, and we're glad to have him back. On one side of the 6-man match, Shane, are 3 men who have not teamed before. On the other side, we've got an experienced tag team with a partner. I think that might affect the dynamic.
Blue corner, 5 feet, 8 inches, 170 pounds. Deadliest catch wrestler, Seabass Finn.
Got that one dangerous leg.
Seabass Finn is a lot of fun, but don't let it fool you. He's also a terrific grappler, very good professional wrestler.
Oh, red hot Seabass Finn, as it looks. Boiled.
Well, you got to enjoy the sun when you're coming out to Southern California.
Yes, he's fishing, and reeling in a big fish is where he works out. He's getting that pump. That real pump. Speaking of Hollywood and stars,
since the Academy started, since the Academy showcases began, this man has absolutely been one of the standout wrestlers throughout this Academy. And on our last showcase, he suffered an absolutely heartbreaking loss in the main event of the Academy Cup tournament. He has a chance to redeem himself here today.
Blue corner, 5 feet, 7 inches, 185 pounds. 5-star Raymond White.
said heartbreaking loss. Well, this kid does not look heartbroken at all, and that says something about him. He's not going to let something like that keep him down. He's not going to have that weigh on his mind. Look at him. He's embracing where he's at right now. He's in the moment right here, right now. Main eventing.
It's 2 main event matches in a row on 2 showcases in a row for Raymond Bryce.
Here we have the boys. I'm excited for this one because I am hungry. And you know they always bring the goods. But they didn't bring any snacks.
They're with that.
Yeah, boys.
Well, that's your boys, I guess, huh, Shane?
Yeah, I'm not showing any bias in this match. You know, these guys are cool. Would have been good if they had the popcorn. I would have liked some snacks, but you know, this is New Japan. I guess we don't play around like that.
Among other things, they are a very experienced tag team. And as I was just saying, I think that's going to be a factor in this match.
100%.
Red corner, Krusty Crew. 5 feet 10 inches, 190 pounds. Mad Ruby, Dog Kubrick. 5 feet 11 inches, 180 pounds. Top notch, Lucas Riley.
Experienced tag team, but they've been a highly decorated tag team. Confident, and they can back it up.
Not shy to the SoCal area.
Their partner's not shy to the SoCal area either, from San Diego, California. And he's not only their partner, he's not only been a standout in this academy, he's not only been a standout on our showcases, he's our current strong survivor. He won that moniker in Ontario, California, at Toyota Arena at Resurgence not long ago.
I'm seeing that confidence in him. He's come out on fire. Jacked.
Red corner, strong survivor. 5 feet 6 inches, 155 pounds. For Deadlift King, Tino.
Already was in unbelievable shape, as you just noted, Shane. He's in better shape than I've ever seen him in, and I don't know that I've ever seen this guy break a sweat. I mean that literally.
Endless gas tank. He is a strong survivor.
They also call him Mr. 551, gentlemen. If you are 550 pounds or less, CJ Tino has no problem lifting you over his head. But right now, it's the high flyers. Top notch, the Gravity Renegade, Lucas Riley, fixing it up with a Midnight Marauder, Casey Ferreira.
That brings our main event of the Academy Showcase, the All-Star Academy Showcase.
This is going to be a great matchup. This is a great matchup.
Putting the All-Star in All-Star Academy Showcase. We got graduates from numerous Academy classes from all across the country, all across the world. Casey Ferreira himself, a Canadian.
How about that, eh?
Entered the country just for this opportunity. Flew in this morning, flying out, shoulders down. In a matter of hours, that's how much this opportunity means to Casey Ferreira.
He wants to sit on that plane knowing he left with a victory.
I'm sure he'd love to outclass Lucas over here. Lucas usually known as the kid.
Of course, conventional wisdom would say that you give the advantage to the Krusty Crew and CJ Tino, of course, Mark, as you said.
On paper, absolutely.
Krusty Crew, an established decorated tag team. CJ Tino, the strong survivor. But in many ways, I think the opponents with much more to prove. Casey Ferreira coming all the way from Canada. Seabass Finn coming all the way from the New England area. Raymond Bright trying to avenge that loss in the Academy Cup. Much more of a chip on their shoulder, dare I say, Shane.
There you go. And it's not like they're not going to work well together.
The Academy attracts.
They are Academy people. They've all trained together under this Academy. Not always at the same time, but they still know the same stuff. They're all learning the same things.
All under the tutelage of Coach Fred Rosser, all learning the way of fighting spirit. The New Japan way, Mark.
Top talent comes from all over the world to be in this ring here and train as these men all have.
Feeling out process here between two high-flying junior heavyweights, both Casey Ferreira and Lucas Riley, no doubt looking to earn their way to the best of the Super Juniors.
God, they're so fast, you blink and you miss 3 moves with a drop kick. Drilled him with it.
Drop kick, Lou Fez.
Together. Precision is the word that comes to mind when I think of the Gravity Renegade Lucas Riley. It's not just what he can do, it's how he can catch you out of anywhere and everywhere. And the same can be said of tag team partner Dom Kubrick.
That was just a glimpse of the double team that they're capable of. That is going to be there to their advantage in this match.
And Shane Haste, I think about you and Mikey Nichols, right? It's one thing to train in an academy for a number of months. It's one thing to have the same type of stylings under your belt. But Dom Kubrick and Lucas Riley, they've won championships together. They've slept over at each other's houses. They've driven in each other's cars.
They
it's a
actually
brotherhood.
live in the same car.
Do they really?
Together. So
I don't think that's true.
I don't know, it's not true.
In comes Seabass Finn. Dom Kubrick remains
It's by
legal.
choice, though. They live in a van down by the river.
They are not Chris Farley. My question is this: what do you glean as regular tag team partners that you just can't get from training together in the dojo, that you just can't get from strategizing in the days or weeks heading into a match like this?
Confidence of knowing there's a lot of guys out here, right? So there's other people here might be thinking about what's behind me. These boys know their backs are covered.
They know that if nothing else, they have each other. Dom Kubrick perhaps needs his tag team partner here, the wily, crafty freshwater fisherman Seabass Finn.
And we've got a lot of high flyers in this match, Jordan, but Seabass Finn is most comfortable as a grappler.
Yes, and I'm not sure if it suits Dom Kubrick to keep him down on the mat, head scissors or otherwise. This is where Seabass Finn thrives.
It seems Dom made him mad. He's really red with anger.
Well, again, Seabass Finn enjoying the California weather as of late. Will be interesting to see if that is exploited by his opponents here tonight. But, I mean, every move, be it shooting himself off the ropes, be it rolling through, be it cinching in this sunset flip. It's got to hurt that much more for Seabass Finn. Speaks to how much he wants this in spite of it all.
Catching.
Calls himself the deadliest catch wrestler, does Seabass Finn. Can catch you from anywhere and everywhere,
He's got
Mark.
him there.
We did see that mutilation.
No, excuse me.
Mutilation, cattle mutilation.
Yes, cattle mutilation here from Seabass Finn, rolling through with it time and time again.
Just wrenching down on the shoulders every time, and now into a pinning combination.
Oh, and that's very, very smart strategy from Seabass Finn. Neutralizing the shoulders time and time again, wasn't necessarily going to get the submission or the pin with that repeated cattle mutilation, perhaps trying to catch Dom Kubrick off guard and soften up those shoulders for an eventual pinfall. Another gorgeous drop kick there into the cover.
Tell you, Dom can't catch a break.
If I were Dom, I'd start thinking about a tag, and he is.
Yeah.
Here comes our strong survivor.
And
Good work, Dom.
This is an interesting one. Both of these men with a similar story, traveling all the way from their native New England, the New England Pro Wrestling Academy, 3,000 miles away from home, relocating here to Southern California. Why? Cover. Because the best training in the world was right here at the LA Dojo, right here at the New Japan Academy.
I'm sure Seabass wants to prove a point here.
Again, a victory over the strong survivor, not just beating the team, but pinning CJ Tino himself. I mean, you gotta think, gentlemen, that guarantees you a future strong survivor opportunity.
100%.
CJ Tino's not gonna let it happen easily.
No chance.
Tino, of course, jockeying for position against Seabass Finn here and taking him down to the canvas.
He knows he's got that target on his back all the time now that he's the strong survivor. He's got to be feeling that, but I think CJ Tino thrives from that pressure.
Oh, he loves it. You see, like, I can see even since that strong survivor match, he's dropped a bit of weight. He's trimmed down. He's more agile. He's fast.
He is forged in fire here, as CJ Tino says. The work begins now after defeating Allan Breeze at the Toyota Arena.
And he's put that work in.
We're gonna make Coach Fred proud, cover. We're gonna make Coach Dijak proud here, are these two men. Loving that dirty water. Springboard crossbody into the cover. Only a 2.
Feast your eyes on the height of that one.
Every maneuver Tino executes are so crisp, Shane.
He keeps raising the bar. That T-bar gets higher and higher.
They slapped him, Jack.
Yeah.
And in
Tino
comes
bar.
5-star Raymond
Oh, here we
Bright.
go. Here's the thing that they teach you in New Japan too. This no panic. The pace of a match can go up, speed up, we slow down. These guys don't come in getting worked up. They come in how they want to come in.
And how hard is that, Mark, for Raymond Bright after he had everything stolen from him? We talked about that post-match assault from Ray Rico after he made it to the finals. Many have said, many have speculated, perhaps he would have won that Academy Cup cover. Perhaps would have been in the ring with CJ Tino if not for that injury. This is the match we could have seen at the Toyota Arena.
And that's going to be the first thing on Bright's mind right now as he nails that drop kick. How about it? Raymond Bright is back. He's here and he's fighting.
Says, I wasn't there in Ontario. I'll make my way to the Strong Survivor opportunity by any means necessary. In comes Casey Ferreira.
Nice teamwork.
Oh.
Knee.
Oh.
Standing shooting star. No Casey legal into the cover. And that might have cost him there, Shane.
It definitely did. It 100% cost him. But that's that inexperience. That's okay.
And there's a lot going on in a six-man tag, right, guys?
100%.
A tag team match is one thing. A multi-person tag team match is a completely different
that
story.
extra body on each side, it makes such a difference. It's so much more to keep track of for these competitors. Who's legal, who's not, where am I at in this match?
And Shane, I gotta say, this is very interesting from Casey Ferreira, a junior heavyweight, a high flyer, likes to take to the skies. We're not seeing that here. He's slowing down the pace against CJ Tino.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen him since last time. He's put a bit of size on. He's definitely got a bit of experience. He's watched CJ Tino. He knows CJ Tino can counter high flying very well. He's playing it smart.
CJ Tino, of course, picked up a victory over Fred Rosser and Rocky Romero last time we were here for the Academy Cup. One of the biggest wins of his career, and right now, looking for a tag to the Krusty Crew, but Casey's not gonna give it.
Oh, power.
Kick to the midsection, kick to the shoulder, hook of the leg. Only a 2. You can see some of that youth of Casey coming into play, getting very, very frustrated early on here, Mark.
You can also see Krusty Crew on the apron, desperate for a tag. They really want to see Tino get out of there and get some rest. And we have not even seen Lucas Riley in the match yet.
Into the corner. Seabass Finn catches him with a big boot.
Lucas started.
Yeah, Mark.
If you say so, Shane.
Suplex into the cover.
Watch the product.
Listen, as much as we might like to joke and tease, this is what we're talking about. So many moving parts. If it's hard for us to keep track, sitting on the sidelines, calling the action, how hard is it for these guys to keep track here in the ring?
I mean, it has been a while that Lucas has been. He has to be the freshest guy. Oh, challenging.
New England warfare between these two gladiators. They are Boston strong, and CJ Tino says, I could do this all day.
If you want to be the strong survivor, you've got to show some fighting spirit, and we're seeing it on CJ Tino.
Seabass Finn will not give CJ Tino that tag. Instead, he will take Tino to his corner and make one of his own. In comes Raymond Bright.
Smart, cutting it back off, cutting the ring back off.
Of course, I've previously seen Raymond Bright victorious against the likes of Silvatigo back at Academy Showcase 5. Took Matt Vandergriff to his limit at Academy Showcase 4. Look at the leg, but only a 2.
Raymond Bright's had an incredible history in this ring and in this dojo. He's been through it all in this place. And still going.
You see, every time I watch him wrestle, I see an evolution in the right direction for Raymond.
Talking about Casey Ferreira adding weight and power. Much can be said of Raymond Bright, but there's the power of CJ Tino, the deadlift king. Taking Casey Ferreira and Seabass Finn out of commission, but the evasion left the opening door for Raymond Bright, only a 2.
Raymond Bright has the ability to be so suddenly explosive offensively, and you just can't totally account for it as his opponent.
Explosivity seemingly out of nowhere. No! A little bit of friendly fire there between Seabass Finn and Raymond Bright. Was looking to hold CJ Tino in place. Instead, got caught with that lariat.
Tino needed that, but Seabass is in to stop him and hooking him.
In comes Casey Ferreira.
CJ is just non-stop fighting.
Enziguri to Seabass.
That wasn't his target, but he got it.
German suplex to Casey. He's got to get him Lucas. He's got to get him Dom. Doesn't matter who from the crew. CJ Tino needs to make the tag here, gentlemen.
Got 2 hands out there for him. just needs the one. And there we go.
And in comes Lucas Riley, the Gravity Renegade, looking to defy it here. Hurricane Rana. And we are back to square one, back to the way we started, gentlemen. No. Casey Ferreira using that height advantage, getting out of dodge here. And this is classic Krusty Crew.
There was a blind tag. I don't think Casey saw it.
He doesn't know. He's learning about it.
Double start.
Oh, taking care of the guys from the outside.
Lucas Riley wiping out the field, and Don Kubrick says, K, stay up. When they say Krusty, you say Crew, and they want to be called victors by night's end. Krusty Crusher.
Got the ring to themselves there.
Oh, that's about as close as it could possibly get, guys.
Explosive power from Raymond.
How about that? Bright catapulting the Krusty Crew into one another. Using Dom Kubrick as effectively a battering ram there.
Big uppers.
Flurry of forearms there from Raymond Bright, but a kick to the midsection from Dom Kubrick sends him reeling.
Oh, gone with the counter. Oh! Oh.
And gentlemen, we knew this was inevitable. We knew at some point, with this many moving parts, with this many characters, that this one was going to break down.
Bang! Huge fishhook lariat.
That bait lariat.
Bait lariat. Here. Oh!
wow.
Look at the power.
Power by Seabass Finn.
Catching and releasing his Seabass Finn.
CJ. Got to be out suplex.
Yeah, saying, let me show you how it's done, Seabass. Big ups, Boston. Tino makes it look too easy.
Watch out, though.
Legal man back in.
Falcon Arrow.
I like that one.
And here comes Lucas Riley back
Casey Ferreira didn't like that one. And I believe Casey and Lucas still the two legal men mark.
I believe so. It's hard to keep track, guys.
Oh, they're looking for the Dutchman's curse. When they have someone dead to rights in the corner, that can only mean one thing. Monkey flip set up, but Casey saw it coming. He's done his homework, Shane. Enziguri.
Oh!
No! Oh! Ugly spill to the outside. Don Kubrick.
Oh!
Lope from Seabass Finn.
Oh, teamwork here.
Way up high.
Casey doesn't realize CJ Tino grabbing the boot of Lucas Riley.
Beautiful.
Brilliant teamwork.
Tag made.
But Casey gets the knees up. I don't think he realizes.
A little bit of revenge.
I don't think he realizes CJ Tino legal here, Shane. Revenge or otherwise.
I don't even think he knows anyone's behind it.
Now Raymond Bright from the top. German suplex from Tino.
Watch the height.
Oh! 5-star.
Stargrazer.
God, you know Raymond Ray wants that redemption after that loss on the main event of our last showcase, after the loss of the Academy Cup. You know he wants that win here tonight.
Focus, Ray, focus.
The story for Raymond Bright, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. He wants to change that tonight. He wants to do what he feels like perhaps he should have done in Ontario, what he should have done with the Strong Survivor title up for grabs here against CJ Tino.
That's some of those shots. Fighting spirit on top of the lion mark.
Enziguri staggers him, but he won't go down. Does it his own accord. Tino ducks it down, thinking German once again, but the shoulders down from Bright. Standing shooting star, but nobody home.
Both these guys are so quick.
Cradle. No.
Tie him up. Oh, what do we got here?
Unique pinning predicament. Oh my
God! He's caught him. What?
That was 3.
Here are your winners, Casey Ferreira, Seabass Finn, and Raymond Bright.
Amazing. There's no way CJ Tino, there's no way he saw that coming. No way. He got caught off guard.
Massive upset here.
I was going to say, Jordan, I think we can call this an upset. Can we
100%
not?
established tag team in the Krusty Crew, and moreover, strong survivor in CJ Tino, bested by the all-star opposition here tonight.
Amazing.
I mean, Shane, we talked about the implications of this one. Raymond Bright pinning CJ Tino,
Whoa,
1, 2, 3.
guys, whoa, what we got here?
Sportsmanship.
That's what New Japan Academy is all about. And fans, if you like what you see, if you feel like you have what it takes to be a part of New Japan Academy here in the LA Dojo, once again, head to @NJPW Academy on Instagram or NJPW1972.com. Our next set of courses begin August 18th.
Oh, here we go. Acknowledgement.
Are we perhaps seeing the future of Strong Survivor?
I think we're seeing the future of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
CJ Tino says you did it once. Let's see if you can do it win. In the words of Coach Fred Rosser, the red light is on. Shane, what a night.
Amazing. Amazing action. Amazing strong style. Showing you what this academy brings.
For Mark Warseka and hysterical Shane Haste, I'm Jordan Castle. This has been the New Japan Pro Wrestling Academy All-Star Showcase. We thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
I'm a Beast Strong Survivor. This one.
NJPW Academy at the LA Dojo. Looking to start your journey or add to your existing knowledge? NJPW Academy is the place to be. There's only one place to get New Japan strong, and that's the NJPW Academy. Head to NJPW1972.com for more information.
I want you for NJPW Academy.